Hello, welcome to, this is second match of week 3. We have the Take 2 Tyranitars on player side versus the Intimidation Tactics on opponent side. The Take 2 Tyranitars are 2-0 after, how's the word? Oh yeah, completely scamming me last week. That's all I can really say about that match. I'm not going to talk about that match more. And the Intimidation Tactics falling to the Manly Manetrix, and after a roller coaster game where the Intimidation Tactics dodged an overheat, but then a flamethrower burned him, and then the Manly Manetrix survived the move at 1 HP at the end. It was very much of a roller coaster of a game. So when I'm looking at these mons, this is gonna be a Mamoswine is like the biggest double-edged sword like in the history, where there are Mamoswine is gonna be very scary here. Ground and ice hit 4 out of these 6 mons for super effectively, and they'll convincingly KO 4 out of the 6. Tyranitar will probably live a ground move. But Mamoswine also gets dark coverage, so it can even hit the Mesprit. Mamoswine has knockoff. I don't know if, wait, it may not have it in Gen 7. I don't know if it has knockoff actually. But yeah, the problem is that things like the Garchomp and the Excadrill, they outspeed the Mamoswine. So I wouldn't, and the Stoutland also outspeeds Mamoswine and Sandrush. So this game is going to be about putting your Mamoswine into position where it can attack safely. How this could be with a Choice Scarf, this could be with some speed control with Zapdos, with the Tailwind. This is going to be a pretty big game. All these Rotom is also, I think, a really good mon here because it's immune to ground and it can threaten multiple mons with Hydro Pump. With the Tyranitar can threaten the Excadrill. It can do decent damage to Garchomp. It also has Will-O-Wisp. And this is the first time we're seeing Ditto, and Ditto is always interesting. Probably just trying to outspeed even the fastest mon with the Sandrush mons. And for the Take 2 Tyranitars, I think I'm like this Celebi I'm just looking at, because Celebi is like the grass stab can probably do some good damage to Mamoswine. It can it resists both of Rotom's stab moves. It doesn't care about the Intimidation from Mawile, and Celebi is really bulky, so it can do that. You do have to worry about like the Dark Pulse from Greninja or like Hurricane from Zapdos if Intimidation Tactics want to gamble. And the Stoutland I think is also pretty good. It's just a mon that outspeeds everything without like having like obvious weakness. Like Mamoswine gets superpower, there's that, but like it feels like a pretty safe mon that's like not gonna get destroyed. And I'd probably want to try to set up some ways to Dude, the thing with Zapdos is that then Rock Slide becomes an issue. I don't know, maybe you honestly just leading off with Ditto is also dicey, because if you like lead into the Tyranitar instead of the Sandrush spot, then like the Tyranitar is being kind of useless. So maybe Greninja is not a bad lead here. I kind of like Greninja, and I like leading Stoutland, something like Tyranitar Stoutland or something like that. Just to have I think Stoutland's less exploitable than some of these other mons. Okay, here. Alright, so we got Mamoswine Greninja. This is a very offensive start. The Greninja also, Mesprit is a lot slower than Greninja. Dark Pulse, I would assume, would want to hit KO. I don't remember Mesprit's stats that much, but I think it's like the middle one where it's like not as bulky as Uxie, but not as frail as Azelf. But so Dark Pulse would be like a pretty big move here, and I think it'll be interesting to see what item this Mamoswine has. If it's Choice Scarf, then you can like Earthquake the Excadrill pretty safely here. I mean, unless the Tyranitar gets switched in, which is definitely a possibility, actually. Honestly, switching this Mesprit out for Tyranitar, I think is a very good player. Then you can just Ironhead the Mamoswine. But yeah, I think the item choice will be very interesting here. Honestly, I think I think the best play is honestly just like water move the Excadrill, and then this Mamoswine. Like I think this is like going to be like has to be like some bait here. Like I don't. You may want to switch out Mamoswine already, even though it looks like in a decent spot, because I feel like the Sand Rush is going to come in. You're going to get Iron Head, and it's going to be sad. So, like, maybe, like, switching in for, like, Rotom or, like, something. I don't know. I'm not really sure. Maybe I'm trying to get too deep into this. Okay, we're going to get a Protect. Okay, this was... Protect is also always an option with the Excadrill. I like Mamoswine protecting. I'm actually pretty okay with it. I think it's like a good mid ground here. I kind of, even though this turn went kind of terribly, I think the concept of Scald Excadrill and Protect Mamoswine was actually like really good. It just like didn't pan out. I think this was just kind of like a good call out from this is a good call out from Take Two Tyranitar. It's just saying like he's gonna think like this is bait with the Sand Rush, so I'm just gonna attack the Greninja and keep the Excadrill safe. That's a lot of chip that now the Greninja faints to almost anything, which is like really annoying because Greninja threatens several mons in this game. Like it has Ice Beam for Garchomp, Water for Tyranitar and Excadrill, and the Dark for the Mesprit. And now this is super awkward because now the Excadrill could like Rock Slide and switches into like Tyranitar, KO the Greninja, have a chance to flinch the Mamoswine. Well, if you do that, then you're really susceptible to Earthquake, so maybe you can't do that. But the Excadrill can threaten the Greninja by just switching into a sand setting mon, which is really annoying. I don't know. I'd probably just like click Earthquake Scald, I guess, and just double the Excadrill because can't protect again. Dark Pulse. Okay. Wow. Okay, this Mesprit just stays in again. Oh my gosh, I thought this is pre-patch Protean. This is, it changes every single time. I forgot about that. And the Iron Hand just KOs the Mamoswine. Yeah. Okay. And now this Greninja's at such low HP that, like, he doesn't even necessarily need to attack the Greninja with Sands off. The Sand Chip can, just take it out, like, if it protect. Alright, I really like bringing Ditto in here. You're assuming your Choice Scarf. So you can just like Earthquake is like super safe here. I mean, super safe is not the exact term I would use, but I think it's a pretty good play. This Greninja's in like this very awkward spot where like it's slower than the Excadrill, which sucks. That really stinks. So like, if like let's say there's a double protect from Tyranitar Excadrill, the Greninja just like dies, and like that's rough. So you gotta find like, you gotta make a decision with like how valuable do you think this Greninja is still, because you could try to switch it out, or you can just like, or if you think it's just gonna, if just no protects are gonna happen, maybe just like, well, you can't water move Earthquake, but maybe you just like switch out the Greninja for like a Zapdos or something. I don't mind that. I think that's like, it protects, it makes the Zapdos immune to Earthquake. I don't think the Tyranitar has much use of Rock Sliding here, so I think that's safe. You can also switch into Rotom Wash. That's also not bad. And if you have what would you even switch in here? Like, you could double switch. Like, maybe you switch into, like, Herdier or something that's Outland. Or, like, have it switch into Celebi. Celebi could take the Earthquake better. You can, like, protect Tyranitar, switch into Celebi. That's, I actually, like, I think that's my favorite play that I can think of so far. Yeah, I like that idea. It's fairly safe. It resists Earthquake. It keeps Tyranitar safe for other things. Yeah. Okay, is this a double protect? Okay, we're gonna double protect here. Understandable. Okay. So we locked ourselves into Iron Head, which is... I don't know if this Exocho's... I can't imagine this Exocho not running Earthquake, but... Yeah, this Greninja's gonna faint to sand. Alright. So now you're kind of locked into a weird scenario where you cannot protect with either of these mons. The Exodrill is gonna can Iron Head for the rest of the game, and with very little repercussions. There's no resist to Iron Head, so you can send out Mawile to just get intimidate down the Exodrill. I don't mind that. You can send out Zapdos to be immune to Earthquake. Honestly, I can see reasons for sending all of these mons. We're gonna send out the Mawile. The Mawile also has Sucker Punch, which is nice. You are weak to ground. That's like my one thing, but maybe this Exodrill doesn't actually have a ground move. That I could see that. You can Iron Head the Tyranitar is super safe, and you can and the Mawile is kind of just the question mark here. I could see you switching it immediately back out if you are afraid of ground move, but he knows the Exodrill's set at this point. Oh, it's Drill Run, and we get a... Oh, it's not Choice Scarf. I thought for sure this Ditto would be Choice Scarf. Okay, so the Excadrill with a crit, and that crit, it has a higher crit rate, but with -1 attack, I think that crit actually mattered. Oh, we have Special Tyranitar again. We got Brick Break, which does get the Yoko. And now you're down to a 4v3 with the Mawile just going to be slower than everything. You do have Sucker Punch, like I said, so Small is not completely dead weight. But you're going to have to find a way to get a lot of use out of Rotom Wash and Zapdos here to try to set up this Mawile in position to do something. Alright, so we're going to send out the Rotom. This is... Drill will KO. Is there a way? Rotom has Will-O-Wisp, that's something you could do. I probably... does protecting with Mawile actually do anything? Does it get you anywhere? I want to Will-O-Wisp the, I want to Will-O-Wisp the Garchomp, assuming you have Will-O-Wisp. I think it's a very higher impact Will-O-Wisp. The Exodrill is on -1, so it's already doing less damage. And with the Water Electric and Electric Flying, just ground and Steel type moves are just not very scary for the rest of the game. But Garchomp can still Dragon. You just Dragon hit something for neutrally. So I want to Will-O-Wisp this Garchomp, and it's just more the question of what do we do with this Mawile. Do you just try to get some Sucker Punch chip? And just set up for the Zapdos? I can see that being the play, because I don't know what this model is going to do for the rest of the game. I think it's maybe an active liability at this point if you try to make it live. In this side, man, how do you get rid of this Rotom? That's kind of the big question here. I guess it just depends what your set is. Give it Rock Slide, you can hit it kind of and try to scam flinches. Okay, we got Rock Tomb that lowers the speed. Okay, we gotta get a Hydro Pump that does a bit over half. So next Hydro Pump will KO, assuming it does connect. This also probably puts the Garchomp in Sucker Punch range. I would assume it does. So that's good, very good chip to get. So if you're doing that, the Protect with Hydro Pump I think is a pretty good play here. And I think now you got to start playing these Sucker Punch mind games. I think you just try to sucker punch and hydro pump the Excadrill. I think that's what your best play is here. Just get. You can try to get it down to a 2v2. I'm assuming it's going to do half with huge power. But I think that's a. Now that you know as a rock type move, you can this Mon can also threaten Zapdos. So you kind of getting rid of this Mon would be is a pretty high priority. And Garchomp is faster and everything. Maybe you like. Honestly, maybe just switch into like Stoutland here to try to clutch like the Sucker Punch. I think Stout or like just Celebi's also kind of in a safe spot here, but maybe you just want to save them on for the end because it's so bulky that's gonna be like hard to KO. Okay, we got a Rock Slide. Oh, it doesn't KO the Maul. Wow, I thought I would see a Sucker Punch. Brick Break gets. Okay, what does the Maul do? Ice Punch, okay. But that's going to KO it. And the Zapdos is going to be in a 3v1. And and even if this, like, Rock Slide does, like, keep on, like, missing, like, you're going to need, like, so probably, like, a static paralysis and just, like, scam people with Paraturns. Rock Slide does connect. Or like just trying to just be able to take. Yeah, I don't think this is gonna get there ever, and it doesn't. All right, the Take 2 Tyranitars are now 3-0, and another crit. Joran, I think is Joran 1-8. It's like Ivy Cudgel, so that stuff will happen. But that's gonna do it for me. I'll see you guys next time. Bye.